We are live. Welcome, guys, back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. I'm Timothy Earle. Today, we've got some more NBA. We got some more NHL. College basketball plays are already put up on the site, and are all listed on the TikTok. If you guys are watching over there, but we're gonna start something new with the ESB. Is if I have a bet on the game, we'll talk about it. So I have all the games typed up that I have bets on. If I don't have a bet on the game, I'm not going to mention it, and you guys can ask questions, and I'll kind of if you guys want to, I'll talk about it. But if I don't have any play on the game, then I'm not going to have it up for this, or I won't talk about it on stream because I feel like that's kind of boring to be like, oh, I passed, oh, I passed, oh, I passed. Just figured I'd mention that. So if you guys don't hear a game, you could always ask, but most likely if you don't hear it, it's probably because I'm not on it. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Before we do that, we'll go ahead and look back at yesterday. They're down a ninth of a unit. Like it's a little bit frustrating at this point because there's once again some flips that could have went my way and I wouldn't be profitable. We started off, so college basketball started off yesterday. Bradley -2. They were down big, came back, took a lead, and blew it. The over in Murray State game got there. The under in the Drake game did not. The under in the Brooklyn Nets game did not. The team total over for Arkansas State did get there. I did win an overtime game. I won FAU. That was nice. Western Carolina, nowhere near it. Virginia scored 87. I had them over 85.5. That was a winner. Fairfield, I had them plus 15.5. They lose by 8, so that was a winner. Western Michigan -2, winner. The under in the Wofford game was also a winner. South Alabama in that one, we had them plus 2.5. They said leave the points at the door. We'll give you that winner. Youngstown State. Remember I mentioned a couple of flips? Well, I had Youngstown State plus 14.5. They lose by 15. That was rough. Had the under in the App State game. That one flew over. Arizona was a nice winner. Arizona plus 122. No way the defending champs lose on the first game, right? Wrong. New Haven team total under 53.5. They scored 24 in the first. I'm thinking, all right, looks good. And 31 in the second half. And they land at 55. Loser. Pittsburgh, the Penguins, up 3-0 going into the third. Lose 4-3 in regulation. That was a plus 150. That would have been nice to hit. The over in the Nets in the Celtics game came nowhere near. How about the Utah Jazz outright? Interesting. I had St. Peter's, they plus 14. They lose by 27. I had the under in the Rockets game. That one did hit. That was my only NBA winner of the night. I will say some flips did go my way. Tarleton State plus 20.5. They lose by 20. They covered the spread there. Charlotte -3. Winner there. Sela plus 19.5. Loser. The over in the Alabama game. Should have just taken Alabama team total over if I'm being real. That was a loser. The Arizona Cardinals plus 150 money line. Winner. St. Louis Blues was a nice winner. Utah Tech winner in overtime. Oakland was nowhere near it. Oakland plus 25, loser. Joker triple-double, didn't get there. I believe he had 7 rebounds. So interesting to see that. Montana State plus 13, winner. BYU -8.5, loser. Portland, team total over 119.5. They land at 115, so missed that one by 5. Seattle under. Seattle and Denver, the college basketball game, under, loser. Cal -14.5, winner. The under in the Miami Heat game, loser. And that was even with a 41-point fourth quarter. And the over in the UCLA game was a nice winner. So it ended up being down 0.9 units. I believe most of that came from the NBA. We were up 1.73 in college basketball for 27 plays. We'll be right back at it today with a bunch of team totals and a bunch of totals. So inside. So we'll get into it. We'll check the chats. Nothing going on in the TikTok chat, nothing in the YouTube chat. So we'll go ahead and we'll jump into the first game, which is the Milwaukee Bucks and the Toronto Raptors. Raptors are sitting at -3 with a total of 227.5. Milwaukee 5-2 to start the year, 3-4 on the Toronto side. These two teams already faced once, and Milwaukee won by 6. That was the second game, and that was in Toronto. They're playing in Toronto again. And this time, the Raptors are 3-point favorites, so they're even bigger of favorites. You also got a Bucks team that covered their first 5 games, and they have not covered the last 2. On the opposite side, you got the Toronto Raptors, who are sitting at 3-4. They have won their last 2 games, and both by margin, both by double digits. So that's kind of interesting to see for the Raptors. Starting to play a little bit better as of late. And we'll go ahead and jump into the line movement, because that's where I kind of judge my games. Line movement and money, because that's what's important to me. Line opened up at 2.5. It's up to 3.5 now. And that's with 28% of the bets and 51% of the money on Toronto. I am on the Raptors -3. That's where I grabbed in this game. And it's more of a, I don't think Milwaukee's a good team to begin with. I think they're going to be a little bit overvalued. So I like Toronto in this game. Toronto -3. How did you do yesterday? I was down 0.9 units. So it was basically break-even day. So not ideal. We're profitable in college basketball. That was nice to see, but NBA took us down. This one was almost a trifecta for me. We got the Magic, not the Magic. It's the Hornets. Hornets taking on the Pelicans. Pelicans are -2.5 with a total of 236.5 in this game. You've got Charlotte, who is now 3-4. They started off nicely. They started off 2-1. They did win their last game against Utah, but that's against Utah. And then they lost 3 games in a row previous to that. They're 4-3 against the spread, though. On the opposite side, you got the Pelicans, who are sitting 0-6 to start the year. Losses to Memphis, San Antonio, Boston, Denver, LA, and Oklahoma City. Now they're finally back home. And they're favorited, which was very interesting to me. And the way that the line's moving, I really almost made the Pelicans a trifecta today. I love the Pelicans today. I took them -2.5. I'm even seeing some 3.5s now. So that's kind of interesting to see with the team being 0-6 and being that big of a favorite now. Give me the Pelicans -2.5. Get their first win of the season here today. Ken in the TikTok chat saying Sixers are dogs now. I mean, they were dogs to begin with. I got them at -105, but still pick them dog. Raptors shouldn't be favorited, right? You know what that means? Raptors are going to win. So, what's up, Tim? How are you? I'm doing good. Houston Rockets got the round yesterday. Did they win? All I know is they went under. Yeah, they won by 8. Good job. They won a game that they should. Let's keep on rolling. We got and I know somebody mentioned the Sixers. We'll talk about it. Sixers and the Bulls. Both teams sitting at 5-1 to start the year, which is very, very interesting. We got the Sixers being 5-1, also 5-1 against the spread. The only game that they did not win, and they did win. They did cover the game they did not win, which was very interesting. They lost to Boston by a point. That's their only loss of the year. On the opposite side, you got the Bulls, who I believe lost to the Knicks the other night. They lost to the Knicks by 12, and that's their only game that they haven't covered as well. So they're coming off their first loss of the season. And when it came to this one, we had a line that opened up at 2 for Philly. Now it's a pick 'em. And I am going to go with Philly in this game. I grabbed them at minus 105 money line. I'm not going to worry about a 1.5. It does not matter to me. I got the Sixers because the line's moving towards them and the way the money's coming in. 58% of the money, 69% of bets on Philadelphia. I like the Sixers in this one. On the money line, I got minus 105. Tim, any plans for the walk tomorrow night? The what? I have no clue what you're talking about. Bull, I appreciate you following the stream. Suns plus 11 from Ruben. We're about to talk about that Suns game right now. And Ruben, I will always address your comment. I know you're probably new to the channel. I will always address your comment if I'm talking about a game. And you comment, I will get to it after the game is over. Hi, user. How you doing? And Ruben, I appreciate you following the TikTok. If you guys have not already, you guys should follow the TikTok. Trying to reach 1,600 followers. We're at 1,505. Let's jump into it. Suns and the Warriors. Warriors are 10-point favorites with a total of 232.5. You've got the Suns sitting at 3-4, Warriors at 4-3. Suns coming off of back-to-back wins and 3 straight covers. They won against the Jazz, and they gave San Antonio, I believe, their first loss. Yeah, they gave San Antonio their first loss of the year. Good for them. Good for the Suns. Nice upset there. On the opposite side, you got the Golden State Warriors, who are 4-3. They've lost their last 2 games, and has not been all that pretty for them because they lost back-to-back games as 7.5 and 11-point favorites. They haven't played a game since they lost as 11-point favorites to the Pacers. I think this is going to be a good bounce-back spot for the Warriors. Obviously, I'm not going to lay 10.5 points on them. I got their team total, and I got it at 122.5 at minus 109. This is a Warriors team I do expect to bounce back. Line was moving towards the Warriors, and line was moving towards the over. So that ended up kind of dictating what I like, because if the line was moving towards the under, it probably would have been a Phoenix team total under. Instead, I like the Warriors team total over in this game versus the Suns. Tim, I'll follow you on YouTube. You haven't been? You should already be following me on YouTube. You should follow me on TikTok. That's what it is. You should follow me on TikTok. And I'm going to put that link in the chat. Ruben, appreciate you following. User says Oklahoma. Oklahoma for what? Is Oklahoma playing today in basketball? Oklahoma State's playing in basketball. What are you referring to with Oklahoma? Please be specific. School, appreciate you following. You like Booker for points. I'll be honest, I really don't bet player props like that, so I don't know. You're Orlando. Raymond, Ronnie. Wow, I have not a clue what you're saying. Jets, blockbuster. New York Jets are trading 3-time Pro Bowl defensive tackle Quincy Williams to the Cowboys. The Jets have now traded Sauce Gardner and Quentin Williams. I'm curious to see what the return will be for them. Oklahoma run line. I don't understand. Oklahoma's not playing today. Are you talking about college football maybe? Oklahoma is not playing for football either. I'm confused on what you're asking, dude. Or are you asking Oklahoma City? Is he saying Oklahoma City? Is that what he's... I personally have no interest in the Oklahoma City game. None. If that's what you're asking. Let's keep on rolling. Let's head to the ice. Because that's all the basketball plays I have today. Let's talk about the hockey plays I have. The Flyers and the Habs Habs are minus 155. That's Canadians, by the way, if you guys did not know. A total of 5.5. Welcome to hockey. Let's do this. We've got the Flyers, who, I mean, you look at that Eastern Conference, it's been crazy. Everybody's kind of right there with each other. 6-5-1 for Philly, 9-3 for Montreal. Philly last 5 games are 3-2. They are coming off of back-to-back losses, including a loss to Calgary, which is not pretty. On the opposite side, you got Montreal, who is coming off of 3 straight wins. 5 out of their last 6. Their one loss was to Edmonton, which they could have realistically won. So this has been obviously Montreal team that's 9-3. They look good to start the year. How long will that be able to ride? We'll see. But they look good to start the year. Now, when I looked at the line movement, line opened up at 170, and it's dropped all the way to 160. And that's with most of the money coming in on Montreal. 81% of bets, 68% of money on the Canadians, and the line's moving towards Philly. Give me the Flyers to start off my card, plus 136. I like the spot for them as a dog. Line movement's telling me Flyers, so we'll grab Philly to start the hockey card. Timmy Chu, I appreciate you following the stream. Kyle's asking for my favorite play. I'll be honest, I don't really have a favorite play. Maybe the Pelicans or Earle Roberts team total over. I kind of like that one, but I don't really have a favorite play. Tim, is Detroit Red Wings playing tonight? They are, and I think they're going to lose. We're going to talk about them in a little bit. We'll jump into Canes and the Rangers. It's a pick 'em with a total of 6. The Rangers are looking for their first home win of the year. Carolina 7-4 this year, 6-5-2 for the Rangers. Last 5 for Carolina, 2-5. Has not looked great for them. Their only wins came in a shootout versus Colorado, where they blew a 3-0 lead, and a 6-2 win against the Islanders. On the opposite side, you got the New York Rangers, which I've just mentioned, still looking for their first win at home. They just went on a out west road trip and won 3 out of 4. Impressive. So they're playing some good hockey as of late, and I think they get their first win at home tonight. Because this is a line that opened up in the 130s, and now it's hit to the 120 area, to the 115, even some 110s. So the line's moving towards the Rangers, and the money is coming in all on the Hurricanes. 76% of the bets, 49% of the money. So more bets, less money, meaning sharper money coming in on the Rangers. Give me New York in this one. Money line I got at plus 103. We'll keep on rolling. We got the Stars and the Oilers. The Stars are minus 115 with a total of 6 in this game. And the Quincy Williams trade. 2026 second rounder and 2027 first rounder. I'll take it. Jets are heavy sellers. Sorry, I'm getting notifications all over Twitter. Anyways. Stars. Yeah, okay. Oilers 6-5-3 this year. Stars 6-3-3. You've got the Oilers, who are sitting 2-5. 2-3 the last 5 games. Granted, 2 of those losses were in overtime. On the opposite side, you've got the Dallas Stars, who are 6-3-3. They're actually playing some better hockey as of late. Although they've lost 2 straight games, both of them were in overtime. I'm not concerned about that. And they won 3 in a row before that. So the last 6 games have either involved overtime or winning, but no combinations of the 2. So they're going to win in regulation or they're going to lose in overtime. And when it came to this one, I'm on the Edmonton Oilers because this line opened up around 137 area, 137, 135, and it's down to 120 when I bet it. And I got plus 111 on the Edmonton Oilers because that was also with 70% of bets and 61% of money coming in on the Stars money line. So more bets, less money coming in on the Stars, meaning I like the Oilers in this one. Oilers money line plus 116. Pookie from the South Side. Appreciate you following the stream and for the heart. Do appreciate that. Welcome to, I guess, the fan club. I'm not really sure exactly what all that is, but I do appreciate it. We got 3 more hockey games to talk about. We got the Lightning and the Avalanche. Avalanche minus 140 with a total of 6 in this game. Tampa Bay is 6-4-2, 7-1-5 for the Avalanche. We've got a Tampa Bay team that's actually playing really good hockey as of late to the point of 5 straight wins. On the opposite side, you've got the Colorado Avalanche, who are 7-5-1. So they've only lost 1 game in regulation. They are 2-3 in their last 5 games. Obviously, 2 of those games went into overtime. And I looked at this game, and I didn't really. This will be one that I did not like a side in. I leaned more towards a total, and that total is the over. I bet the over in this game. These are 2 teams that have just been more higher scoring teams as of late. Plus, I like the way the money was coming in on them. I'm not super high on Vasilevsky right now because he's not been good this year. Avalanche can score, so can the Lightning. I can easily see a 3-3 game going in overtime. So give me the over here. I got over 6.5 and minus 113 in this game. Walter is asking Miami of Ohio tonight. Yes, I like Miami of Ohio. They're sitting right here. I took their money line. Josh, appreciate you following the TikTok. I appreciate everybody following the TikTok. You guys very well should. Trying to grow it and trying to hit 1,600 followers on TikTok. We've got 2 games left. We got the Vegas Golden Knights and the Detroit Red Wings. Detroit's 9-4. Vegas 6-2-3. Detroit this year, Detroit last 5 games is 4-1. One loss was coming to the Anaheim Ducks in an absolute butt whooping. That was 5-2. Vegas Golden Knights are 6-2-3. They actually have lost 3 out of their last 5 games. One of those was in overtime, so do with that as you wish. And when it came to this game, the way that the line was moving on it, I took Vegas on the puck line. Line opened up. That's not the right one. Line opened up at 175. It's moved up to 190. Line is definitely moving towards the Vegas Golden Knights. The money was coming in the right way on it. So I do like Vegas. I think they win this one by margin or by an empty netter at the end of the game. Does not really matter either way. I like the Golden Knights in this one. So give me Vegas in this one, which will bring us to our final game of the card. We've got the Winnipeg Jets and the not Sacramento Kings, LA Kings. Kings are minus 125 with a total of 5.5. Jets 9-3 this year. The Kings 5-4-4. The Kings once again are another team, just like the Rangers, looking for their first home win this year. Winnipeg in their last 5 games are 4-1. Only loss came to Utah, who's been playing some good hockey. On the opposite side, you've got the LA Kings, who in their last 5 games is 2-3. 2 of those games going into overtime. They've gone into overtime 7 times this year. I could see this one going overtime. I very, very well could. I almost took the puck line, though, but I did take the Kings tonight. I did take the LA Kings. Line opened up at 115. It's up to 130. I was able to get 120. I was able to get 120 because the way that the money was coming in, 25% of bets and 45% of money coming in on the Kings, making it the sharper play for me. I like the LA Kings to end my card in the NHL for tonight. that is everything for today's show. If you guys are interested in grabbing the college basketball for today, all of those are up on the picksandparleys.net website, or check out the TikTok videos. Just saying. But that's going to do it for this edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. I'll see you guys tomorrow with another one. Peace out, guys.